Okay, hey guys, welcome back to Perspectives, where we share our perspectives with you. I am Kevin,
I'm Javan.
Mancher.
and we're here with, I believe, is episode 4 of our podcast. Well, for some of you, this may be the first podcast you're hearing from us because this will be the first podcast I probably be sharing on my Instagram. So if you're new to the podcast, just know this is where we just talk about random stuff that is occurring in our lives or things we have read, etc. etc. So hope you enjoy and feel free to check out our other videos where we also talk about other things. And yes, let's get into it. Okay, so I was going through Instagram, well, not Instagram, yeah. I was going through TikTok the other day. You know, that's our main form of news these days. And
Unfortunately.
these guys I follow, they're called Yes Theory. I don't know if you guys heard of them. I think I've talked about them before. You know, they met with the how do you pronounce this? The
Dalai
Dalai
Lama.
Lama.
whoa, you guys knew what I was talking about before? Clearly this isn't rehearsed, right? But yeah, I even learned how to pronounce it, the Dalai Lama, right?
Mhm.
Right. And they asked him a question about like, you know, these our current generation, which is known to be struggling with anxiety and depression and stuff like that. And what would it be his advice to counteract that? And he responded that individuals have too much of a self-centered attitude, which evidently causes anxiety. And he says the antidote to this anxiety or self-centered attitude is altruism, right? So I hope I pronounced that right. I read it. I don't know how to pronounce things.
Yeah, that's
All
what he said.
right. So what is altruism, right? So it's defined as principle and moral practice of concern for happiness of other human beings or other animals, resulting in a quality of life both material and spiritual. So an altruistic person is someone showing an unselfish concern for the welfare of others or has altruistic acts or motives or is generous, I guess. So simply altruism is when we act to promote someone else's welfare even at the risk or cost of ourselves. So I have a bit of confusion with this, right? Because
Mm.
I don't know like what is your thoughts on like having an altruistic personality, right? How does that really directly relate to, you know, fighting your anxiety? Because I feel like for me personally, like okay, I if I am to volunteer somewhere, I feel nervous. Like it's
Mhm.
weird because like you know you meet new people when you volunteer and things. I'm very nervous about that aspect of things. But what are your thoughts on it?
Um, hmm, in my opinion, I mean it makes sense because when you think about it, when you do altruistic deeds, do good things, and you start to feel good about yourself, that naturally raises your innate confidence. So the more good things you do, the better you feel about yourself, more confident you feel, and that basically leads to less anxiety.
But I have a question about that though. Um, is it like okay? Isn't like you're not being altruistic if you're doing good deeds for a reason?
That
Like
doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the end result is really good deeds have making things a bit better for whoever or whatever. So at the end of the day, I would still consider that to be altruistic because to be honest, most people do things out of like self-interest, in my opinion.
I disagree, I think. Because it's easy to be altruistic and you can still be depressed as hell then. I feel like it could be just like a temporary thing because you're like, oh crap, I'm doing good. And then it could fade away and then you just go back to yourself and like crap, I'm still super depressed and super anxious about everything.
Oh
And
well,
then even so, right, you've ever been like so anxious and depressed. Do you know? Well, I guess it's different for people, but isn't it hard to just get out of that funk and just decide that you want to do something for someone else?
personally, I think if I have in a moment of anxiety,
Mm,
well, I'm pretty much accustomed to anxiety, I guess. Like
mm,
I've done a course on stress management and that kind of stuff, so I know methods to counteract any type of anxiety that I have. Like things like ocean breathing, mindful meditation, that kind of stuff.
Mm.
So for me personally, like I'm able to in a moment of anxiety, like, well, I have a method to overcome it. I already know how to overcome it for me personally. So I don't really have that much of an issue overcoming the anxiety.
Mm.
And because of that, it doesn't really affect my desire to like help someone, I guess. If like I'm in a situation where like I would have to.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you have to, you have to. You'll grit your teeth and do it. But at that moment, like you're doing it for someone, but it doesn't really like help you overcome, you know.
No, that's the thing. That's why you have to be doing it over and over again. Repetition is the key.
Yeah, but at that point, you're just putting yourself through. At that point, are you just going through the emotions, and doesn't that kind of like, you know,
I
feed
mean,
into more anxiety? I suppose.
nah, not really.
You don't
I
think so?
mean, it depends on the individual, but for me, if I doing something over and over again and I feel good about it,
Mm.
over time, I become, yeah, I just gain confidence. But that's just me.
Yeah, I
And I
was
mean, it is different for everyone.
yeah, I was gonna say I agree with Javs in that aspect. I feel it depends on the person. Like for
Mm.
example, how Javin said, it's that like goes with him. But I feel like your point as well, Paragon, that if people like severe anxiety and stuff like that, like they struggle getting off bed. Some people can't like do things for days, things like that.
Mm.
So I feel like developing that aspect, your personality doesn't really solve that aspect. The other aspect, sorry. So
Mm.
I guess both you, it kind of like, I don't know. I find like that advice given was very confusing because I feel like it doesn't really like speak to everybody, you know? Oh yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, I got all this information from a TikTok video that was like a 1 minute long. So, you know, that kind of speaks on like the amount of content I heard. So probably if you like wanted a more in-depth analysis, you should do like research or like you know look for it in a more longer form of media content.
Yeah, because TikTok is everywhere. And so I guess that's our next topic then. I
Yeah.
was talking recently to someone about music, and I think it got to the point where they started playing like songs that were popular, and they were talking about, wait, a lot of these songs are just TikTok songs, right? And I was like, yeah, that is true. I feel like TikTok is now just a big part of how music, gets into the public sphere, which is interesting because, like, if you remember, well, not even if you remember, before to get an artist as big as they were, they had to get radio play, and a lot of their songs had to be on radio. That's how you knew you made it as an artist, right? But with things like TikTok, because I think YouTube was like a media for it as well, because like didn't wasn't it Shawn Mendes who came out of YouTube? Like he released stuff on YouTube and then he blew up.
I mean,
But
a lot of celebrities came out of YouTube because like, and Justin Bieber was on YouTube as well. Um, who is this other one? But I can't remember the name. The
The
guy.
Nas X.
Well, okay.
no, I think he signed his one. Well, no, because he released Old Town Road through a label, didn't he?
No, I mean like,
Nah, he
how did he
released it
get?
on like
Well, sorry, I was
the
gonna.
Red Dead Redemption video.
Oh, I was just saying how like he got discovered. I didn't mean like what he releases songs on there.
No.
But like, yeah, I guess you could say that. I was more talking about like Christina. Is it? I can't. I mess up the last name is Christina Grimm. But she's
Oh
dead.
yeah.
Yeah, the girl who got shot.
Grim.
Yeah, she was on YouTube as like Zelda Love or something, and like she was a big. And then she went on this singing show, The Voice, and like she
Yeah.
just got popular. But she was like very popular on YouTube. But like, go on, go on.
No, I'm saying because like, well, I didn't know like that lot, but I knew like there are people that obviously blew up from YouTube. But I feel like since TikTok is like now as big as it is, it's gotten to the point where if you can get a song on TikTok or even just like a snippet of audio or whatever, that's like your one-way ticket in that.
No, but
And I feel like with TikTok, it's a lot easier for people to blow up on as compared to blowing up on YouTube or whatever.
I think that's like a mixed thing because okay, so I would admit this that like every for the last year or so, every new song I've heard or every song I've gotten into, like
Mm,
has been something I discovered on TikTok. Like
mhm,
like Charlie Puth's Light Switch or um even like the most recent song I've listened to, Harry Style as it was that I used on a TikTok video I made. Um I knew that song came out. I just didn't have the energy to go look it up, right? But I
yeah.
saw it on a TikTok video. I was like, wait, this song's actually pretty good. And then that I went and looked it up. And the same way, like I feel like Doja Cat, and like as much as she like her music is good,
Mm,
she wouldn't have been any level she is at now without TikTok and the use of her songs in TikTok. But and then but like I feel like it goes to the advantage of celebrities as well, because then you look at like celebrities like Charlie Puth, who like use TikTok to like basically test the waters of his music. So I think like he posted like the demo or something for like Light Switch. Like he
mm,
realized it was catching on, so that's why he made it into a song. And so I feel like it's dependent. And I guess like there's another thing too was that I always think that TikTok, if it wants to be at some point, could always be a music sharing app because of its algorithm. Because like I
mm,
think before I had a discussion with you guys about Spotify's algorithm and how they choose basically beat Apple Music in the music algorithm of recommending new songs. And like TikTok does it so much better than um Spotify that I feel like, if TikTok wants to become a music sharing app, they could more than do that, you know?
but it's not a basis of it. Well, I mean, you're not wrong, but I feel like they exist because they got like all this variety content. Like you said, you found the Dalai Lama stuff. So if they did become like just a music sharing app, they'd lose that.
No, I mean like if they
Oh,
had a
for real.
like if it was a two like a element of it, no. Like I mean like
Yeah,
if it just I was just hypothetically saying, I wasn't saying that they
yeah,
should.
yeah,
I
no.
was just saying
I
But
like
mean,
steering
to
it back to the topic then. So you agree then that like it still has like a big influence now and like having your song on the radio isn't as big as a deal as it
I
would have
I
been.
think the radio, as much as it like, okay, I use this as a point, right?
Mm,
Like we watch shows off streaming. Like that's a thing now. I don't think
mhm,
I watch probably only football or sports on TV. But like if the internet goes and all it has is cable, then I'll watch TV or I'll look for a DVD, right? Or I'll
mm,
look for what I've downloaded years ago and rewatch what movie I downloaded back in 2010, right?
mhm.
But I mean, who? But like really and truly, and I'm talking about myself personally, is that like I don't listen to the radio unless like I have to listen to the radio. I don't
Yeah.
like I don't know. I as much as like, okay, this girl DJ Ari, like that's the last time I actively went and looked for like a DJ in like a radio station and listened to her. Or
Mm,
what was another thing? Or like I don't even think I know any current radio host or anything like that. You know? Like
it's,
but like ask me how much podcasts I listen to. Ask me, our podcast, we're not on the radio, but I expect people to listen to us, right? But like that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. Like I feel like at some point, and you see this in life in general, is that like things become obsolete, and
Mm,
like, but it's there because like a certain niche market uses it. Like the older generation will listen to the radio, the older generation will watch TV, actually watch TV. Like actually, I've seen my dad watch episodes like Castles because it was like rerunning, right? But like you could go online and look up episode list of Castle and binge watch every episode in order. No, he waits week by week and watches what, and he replays it too. He replays it on the digital. So that's what I'm saying. It's like it's your
interesting.
generation. It's your generation. So yes, TikTok is our thing. Well, I mean our thing. We're like old, but like I mean
Mm,
TikTok is this generation's thing, and you know we grew up in like that. In that kind of like crevice, I guess. I don't know if crevice is the wrong word, but like we grew up in that
it's a
middle.
weird, yeah.
No, I mean the right way. Like
Uh,
it's like we're in that middle ground where we experienced, I guess, like the benefits of early 2090s, where like you know technology was advancing, and then we
yeah.
watched the stance of technology to where it is now. And like I know this is off topic, but like I'm just saying we're like we spend so much in the stance of technology that like now it's progressing towards like the other things like the metaverse, everything, where like you're gonna see a big change in how media is shown to you. Like VR and thing, those were things back in last decade, but
Mhm.
it's a thing now. Wait, can
Okay,
I?
well then, swinging back to the topic, do you think that? Well, I guess it doesn't matter anymore. Looking at the Billboard shoes, then, because Billboard tracks, well, it used to track anyway, just radio play, but now it's just based on streams and album sales as well. A lot of like, if you're, well, you are right, I guess, because the generation just doesn't really listen to the radio as much. And then a lot of the streams and tracking are just purely off of just that streams and friggin' pirate, and no one even buys like physical album sales as much anymore, and that.
Yeah, that makes sense because it's just so much more convenient. To
Yeah,
be honest, I only want to buy any like well I don't think because I just think that would look really cool.
I think it's interesting because the year right, we're just phasing out, and TikTok is like just basically what it takes. And get
But
everyone
but was
Honestly,
it
I really like how much simpler it is now.
to get
Cause
blown up
like
on TikTok.
yeah, to get blown up in general, because I guess it's the generation into stuff.
now? But I
Because
feel
I guess
like
back in the day you would have to have a popular mixtape, but then a popular YouTube, now a popular TikTok, and each of them is easier to get into.
no, but
Yeah.
this is a story I've heard. I like it was just this conspiracy thing that was I saw again. Ironically, I saw this on TikTok, right? Was that like this guy, like this person was like signed with a label, and this label planted this person in the social media verse, and was like, she was like, oh, I can make a song about alphabet, right?
Mhm.
Right? And then like she had no, like she was making songs based on people's comments. So they planted a person, and they was like, oh, and this person commented, make a song about alphabet. And this person wrote the song about alphabet, and it became like a hit, but it was meant to be a hit song, is what I'm trying to say. So like they made a hit.
Oh,
Yeah, I think it was like it's a popular song like last year. It was like ABC something. I don't know. I can't remember these.
oh, the EFU song.
Yes, that song.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say that song was a plant because like the person on TikTok was like not really. They like they started the account, and then
Mhm.
like they were just making songs based off people's comments, and then she made the song about that, and it hit off. And then like they saw the person who commented also comment on another person's account, and they hit off. So they were saying all this.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That
So
was so that's cut you off, sorry, but that was also another like little thing I saw as well, industry plants and like the legality of it. And they were blowing up on TikTok itself as well, because like they didn't really exist as much on YouTube, but like you said, because of how I guess easier it is to interact and blow up on TikTok, it became easier for like industries to do that. Like, oh, we can just get people, like get a bunch of bots or whatever,
I
and
mean,
just plant them in.
I
So yeah,
mean,
that's actually really interesting.
but in the same way
Yeah,
that
for real.
in the same way, there's the Island Boys. You know about the Island
Oh my God.
Boys?
Yeah, unfortunately.
I'm an island boy. No, but what I'm saying is that like I don't think they are plants, but I think they're just so cringy. They're just popular, man.
It
Like
worked, yeah.
yeah, they did like a song with Diplo and stuff, and then apparently you could pay them like 1,000 US, and they could do a verse for you. And like people are making jokes about it, how oh this guy, this is Island Boys verse in my song, and like it's a really good song, and then like you just hear them go, I am an island boy, life not easy.
Probably should start.
So like the
No,
song, the song had a it was great dog. It had like, the same it's the same kind of song like I sent you the Me Attack song that sound like like a Kendrick Lamar song. And
yeah.
yeah, like he made the song, and he cut the part where it was like hard, and he was like, I'm an island boy.
The crowd.
Right, that was crazy, man.
This off the record, but the first time I hear about Island Boys in my life.
Really?
Yeah, dog. I don't know who the
Bro,
fuck
it's
you're
No,
really,
talking
really
about.
look them up. Look them up on TikTok. Self.
Yeah, I get.
There's some characters. They're apparently from Cuba.
Mm.
So they're island boys, right?
Wait, I thought they're from the Dominican Republic or
They,
Cuba.
oh, Dominic. Oh, sorry. My bad. See, this is why we are partying. Partying.
No, no, no.
Alright, so this guy, I don't know who runs the page, but he has like this Instagram page where he posts memes, right? And
Interesting.
so the name of the place, give me a sec, I'll get the name. The name of the the name of the page is Trinidad is not a real place, and he was like, so his caption was, C3 was steamy today, boy. Papa, yo, fights, lots of people, etc. And apparently there was a big fight in C3.
Oh
It,
no.
I don't know what was be going on, but like I went on Twitter and I saw the ending of a fight, and like the guys was arguing separated by security, and this random kid was just dancing in the background. I don't know, like I don't know what is me going through. Are you like I feel like I would do that and then get myself beaten up right after that, you know? Like
Yeah,
like dog, that's so crazy, but like I would so do that too. So I can't really judge him.
bro. I mean, I don't even know what to say because that's so odd. If I was going on, my parents would let me stay there. They like hustle me away and be like, avoid that. Crazy people fighting.
I mean, yeah. So guys, you know what's the difference between me and a guy who's high on drugs?
No.
Nah.
Is that this guy still knows how to use the proper dare, and I don't.
But don't say that.
so so apparently, okay, so guys, when I was like 3 or 4 years, oh, wait, how old would this be? When I was an infant year two, I missed the part of class where they teach you how to use the proper there. And I've tried to relearn it, but just never stuck. And I feel like that this so basically the reason why I missed that class was because I got put out. It's a very emotional story, okay?
I'm sorry.
So
You're right, go on.
So I was a very troubled child, right? I used to
Mm.
do random stuff. I used to get in trouble for the little stuff, right? And I don't know why, but today the class was quiet. The teacher stepped out for a bit to just like get everyone in class. There was like light talking, but no one was making noise. It wasn't chaotic,
Mm.
and I don't know why I took that. Okay, so I was a very dramatic child, and I thought, let me reenact the scene of Incredibles where, like, when the plane explodes and they land in the water, and
Yeah.
like Dash starts to scream, "I'm dying! I'm dying! Ah, help! Help! I'm drowning!" I don't know what took over me, but I said, let me reenact that scene right now in class while the teacher is not there. So I start doing it, and people watching me, and then all of a sudden the teacher bursts in and was like, "Who's making all this noise? What's happening?" And this girl, and I won't say her name for legal reasons, but she points at me and says, "It was Kevin." Well, no, dog. First and foremost, we're like 6 years old. Why are you snitching on me? What do you have to gain? What you gonna
Brownie
get? No,
points.
you're gonna get an extra gold star on your. I don't understand.
That's
However,
good.
this girl knocks on me. She's a knock. So,
Mm.
dog, she knocks on me, and I get in trouble. And the teacher says, "Go outside," and then teaches the class. And up to this day, and when she let me back in, I just see there and there on the wall, and I do not know what those words mean. And I relearned it up till university, and I still it still doesn't stick. I still have to question myself which one is the right there and there.
That's traumatic. You think if they were teaching something that important to I don't understand why she had to kick you out for making noise though. Like she could have just said, don't do that. Why she had to put you out?
Because she
Yeah,
saw.
3 strikes, you're out.
Yeah.
Yeah, what were the other two strikes then?
You know.
I don't know. I think I was just too cool for school. She thought I would have been powerful if I learned my DS. But
Right.
I also don't know when to use my 212, like the 1 2 00. I also don't know.
Actually, that one's understandable though. I don't ever remember learning that one.
I don't know. I also don't know my who man. What's the other one? Who's.
Who's the
Whom?
Yeah, I don't know the difference of that. I feel like we learned that again in secondary school, but they never stuck.
Yeah, sure, that's fair.
And then what else? Oh, and I don't know what adverbs are.
I don't know.
But what's the
Oh boy.
difference? What's the difference between I don't know, I was be confused because then there's like different
Oh.
differentiation of adverbs. Like there's a adverb. I don't know.
There's a what?
Like
Nah,
I feel
grammar is go crazy.
no, I feel like
Gra-
I feel like we need to invite a language major onto the podcast
Bruh.
and
For
let her just explain. Oh wait, why did I assume? Oh yeah, because I know a language major and
let's go.
okay. Wait, that's the amount of shout out she'll get.
Good night,
Yeah.
good night, good night.
No, let keep on doing his thing.
No, it was
I don't even know what I said.
okay, well, thanks for listening, guys. Please note that if you want to be on the podcast, please DM me at user Kevs on Instagram. We are welcoming guests. I know next week we're gonna probably be having our first set of guests, so look forward to that. And what else was I gonna say? Yeah, thanks for listening, guys, and remember to wear your seatbelts, and please like and subscribe, and enjoy the rest of your day, and clearly I lack language skills, so goodbye.
Bye.
Yes, Marito.
We're actually gonna do the wear protection thing because you always did it before.
Oh yeah, dog. We're
Bye bye.
protection.
Cause I'm an island boy, oh I'm an island boy, and yeah I'm trying